It happened some years back in US. All the employees went to their respective offices. After crossing the main gate, they were suddenly informed and given a pink slip. Do you know what is pink slip? Pink slip is an intimation to the employees by the employer that some employees are going to be removed from the job. The employees got shocked, and after 1 hour, they were informed there was benching. Do you know what is benching? There is no work in the industry or company, just to keep waiting outside. And after 1 hour or by lunchtime, they were informed there was a layoff. That means some portions of the company are going to be closed. By evening 4 o'clock, they were informed, even employees were asked by the employer or management that you need to submit your voluntary retirement resignation. Voluntary resignation, it's a kind of retrenchment. They got shocked. By evening, there was a big news like bomb that company was totally closed. It was sacked. Millions of the people lost their jobs because of Y2K problem. Dear students, not only with the Y2K, when such kind of crisis arise, millions of the employees are losing their jobs. Later it happened 2007 with the economic crisis in US, in entire European countries. And now, because of Corona crisis, millions of the people are losing their jobs. When there is a crisis, only skilled people are surviving. After observing this tragic situation, Devang Mehta, one of the business experts in India, he published a brilliant article in a magazine. He says that when there is a fluctuation, when there is a crisis in the world market, in the job market, comparatively other countries' students and employees, Indian people are facing a lot of problem. So he listed out 5 skills and said that Indian students are very poor in these 5 skills. Number one, Indian students are poor in communication skills. What is communication skills? Informing the right information to the right person at the right time in the right way is called communication. Secondly, Indian students are very poor in teamwork. Indian students are not exposed or not taught properly from the childhood how to cope up with other people. We have so many structural problems. Generally, we don't compare ourselves with our performance. We try to compare ourselves with other people's performance. You don't compare how many marks you got for 100, but you try to compare how many more marks you get other than your friend. That's a bad competitive spirit. Thirdly, Indian students are very poor in updating their knowledge. The driving force, the main purpose behind our education is to get a job. Once you get a job, you forget about your knowledge. You think about your future, settlement, well-being. You think about comfort zones. Socrates said, the moment you stop learning, you're equal to die. And fourthly, Indian students are very poor in leadership skills. Somebody told Indian students are good managers, but not good leaders. What do you mean by manager? What do you mean by a leader? Manager is a person who follows the existing system, but leader is a person who tries to create a new trend on his own. Fifthly and lastly, Indian students are poor in personal skills. They don't know how to manage their personality. They don't know how to deal with the situations. They don't know how to deal with the personal things and people. Because of all these problems, when there is a crisis in job market, we people face a lot of problem. Dear students, these skills can be studied under the heading called soft skills. I welcome you all to this wonderful 1 month online free soft skills certificate course conducted by the Government Degree College Koduru, YSR Kadapa District, AP. I congratulate you and I appreciate you for choosing this wonderful program. Definitely you are going to be benefited. Definitely all the lessons, all the topics are going to be very useful for your bright future. I wish you all the best. I am Dr. M. Sambaya, Head Assistant Professor, Department of English, JNTU College of Engineering, Pulivendula. Today I am going to introduce you soft skills, or I am going to provide introduction to soft skills. As we have already discussed, soft skills are essential for any student in education. See this report. This report is given in 2019. See, out of 500 Fortune companies, 400 are with India. There are 500 Fortune companies in the world. Among them, 400 companies are willing to work with India. And 51% of global outsourcing takes place in India. There will be shortage of 5 lakh professionals in ITES by 2022. And there will be shortage of 10 lakh 31,000 professionals in customer care service centers by 2022. Jobs are plenty. There is no doubt about it. Dear students, get encouraged. Jobs are plenty. Number of jobs available in the market are plenty. Sufficient. You need not worry about the number of jobs available in the market. There are lakhs of vacancies in railways, airlines, automobile industry, electricity and transportation. There is a huge shortage of railway engineers in South and East Asian countries in the days to come. India stands in first place in steel production and promising more than 50,000 jobs in coming every year. India's nuclear agreement with the USA increases 30% of fuel need and offers lakhs of jobs in this field. And around 42 projects in transportation like metro, monorail and light metro create 40,000 jobs in the days to come. See, though the number of jobs available in the market, but still the skillful persons are in acute shortage. Jobs are there, but proper number of talented people are not available. Do you know why? It is not the shortage of quantity, but it is a shortage of quality. Degree-driven, unskilled manpower are the causes for the acute shortage of people with unemployability. The gap between industries and universities is increasing day by day. And the attitude towards education and driving force for employment is another reason for all these problems. Dear students, which one is important in your studies? Marks and credits or soft skills character development? The Harvard University study says that 85% of jobs and promotions happen because of the candidate's attitude and only 5% due to the facts and figures. You will get job and you will be selected in interview room only because of your marks and credits 15%. Remaining 85% is you will be selected based on your attitude, character, personality type and soft skills. That's why there are slogans nowadays. We hire for attitude. The company says they hire for attitude. They take employees for the attitude of the candidates, and the companies train for soft skills, and companies give jobs for learning ability. So all this will help us to understand how soft skills are important. The Unwritten Laws of Engineering, one of the famous books written by American Society of Mechanical Engineers, all technical students should read. I suggest even art students also can read. So their research finally says that the softer and practical attributes of engineering work have endured across generations. For generations together, for centuries together, for years together, which skill is more benefited to the students? The marks and credits or the personality, the softer and practical side of the personality. The research says that the character, the type of personality, the skills, the soft skills are more helpful to the students. See these reports. 80% engineers are not fit for job. And companies are expecting from the candidate other than what you learn among four walls of the classroom. See, they expect numerical and logical ability. They expect interpersonal skills. They expect you must possess learning ability. You must you must have application, and you must have nijayati and values and integrity, and you should have some domain experience, and apart from all, beyond all, you should have communication skills, and you must be in a position to observe and follow with the industry culture. You must be in a position to adjust, adapt to any kind of situation in your life. If you possess these skills only, companies are ready to give job to you. Satyam Ramalinga Raju once he told, the competition is not the problem. What we need to worry about is our ability to meet this opportunity. So number of jobs are available. The problem is the skill. And the experts are saying you must think differently. Unless you think differently, you cannot survive. So what do you want now? Job or employment? Employment is not the problem, but employability is the problem. Dear students, the ability to do a job is more important than your course, your degree. You may finish your degree easily. You may get marks. You may get good credits. But unless you possess the ability to do the job which you are expecting in the days to come, you are unfit for the job. And experts are again they're telling there are a lot of changes in job market. You need flexibility, and you must be in a position to think out of the box, and these are the expectations by the company. So all these skills can be learned, can be given a training with a beautiful title called soft skills. So soft skills are the personality type, and that its related characters which can help you to excel in your profession, in your life, and they are the success mantras. So welcome to this wonderful program, soft skills introduction. Now in this introduction session, we are going to learn these things: how to be a soft skill savvy, and why competition is not the problem but competency is the problem, and we have already learnt it, and why soft skills are important, and why all the fuss about soft skills, and how can we improve soft skills, or can we improve soft skills on your own, and why soft skills are that much hard, and finally how to master soft skills. And we are going to study the relationship between personality development and soft skills. Dear students, why are students poor in soft skills? Have you ever thought? We listen this word soft skills, soft skills, soft skills anywhere, but unfortunately students are very poor in soft skills. The reasons are many. The first reason is Indian students are very poor in soft skills because of some structural problems. What are the structural problems? Number one, the present education system. Our present education system more focus on marks and credits in examinations. It doesn't focus on the skill development of a student, especially the holistic development of a student. And secondly, our social system discourages the spirit of acquiring skills for all people. And our social system discourages especially girls and some sections of people not to possess all the skills. Because of some structural problem also, our students are very poor. And thirdly, there is a huge gap between industry and education. I hear that in some of European countries, the companies come to university and they prescribe the syllabus to teach the students. Once they teach the syllabus to the students at the end of the academic year or maybe end of the course, the companies are willing to give the jobs. But unfortunately, here, the syllabus in syllabus prescription or in deciding the syllabus, the companies do not play that much active role. So there is a gap between the industries and the education institutions. And secondly, there is an imposition by the parents. Parents impose the students. They always think about the security of the students, and they do not encourage the originality, the creativity, and the original skills of the students. And the students are imposed by circumstances. Based on the demand only, they choose the courses. Based on based on their personality, actually they select that course. But unfortunately, which course have demand only, students are selecting, choosing. Doctor, engineer. It's an unfortunate situation. That's why millions of professionals in India are not getting job satisfaction. If you choose a job which you like and love, then only you will get job satisfaction. And thirdly, Indian students are very poor in soft skills because of the ignorance. Many students, they don't know their own ability. They don't know their strengths and weaknesses. They are not taught. They are not exposed. They were not given a chance to know and experiment with their personality. And many students do not know where these subjects, where their domain knowledge is applicable and how I can generate my livelihood. Because of all these three problems, Indian students are very poor in soft skills. Now, you may wonder, sir, what do you mean by soft skills, soft skills, soft skills? Yes, this is the slide which can give you a complete picture about soft skills. This slide is very, very important. Please follow carefully. This is the total analysis of soft skills, which I have framed out of my study. Dear students, before learning some home truths, some fundamental things related to soft skills, you must know what are the soft skills, what are the skills that include in soft skills, or what are the types of skills that include in soft skills. Now, let us try to understand. In soft skills, basically there are two things. Number one are personal skills. Number two, presentational skills. Number one, personality related skills. Number two, the projectional related skills. When you have good personality, then this personality will project or present in front of people in society, in public places, in different ways. So, first of all, personality. Personality is very, very important. So, personality is like a software and a presentation is like a hardware. Personality is invisible. The projection or presentation is hardware. When your software is good, when your personality is good, automatically your behavior, outward behavior skills will also be good. So let us try to understand in soft skills, there are two things: your internal personality, strongly grounded or established on some kind of good philosophy, and its reflection in your public behavior with other people. Now let us come to personal skills. In personal skills, there are two types. The first one is intrapersonal. Number two is interpersonal. Try to understand these technical words. They are very, very important for any student. And you will be cross-checked, you will be examined, you will be evaluated all these skills in the interview room. Based on the skills only, the company people will ask you some questions. So let us come to intrapersonal. Now, what do you mean by intrapersonal skills? Intra means within. Intra means within. So if you have, I am defining intrapersonal skills. If you have prove and improve your skills within your own personality, those skills are called intrapersonal skills. You need not have any other person to prove these skills. You can have on your own. You can improve on your own. You can prove on your own. In Telugu, these skills are called Vyaktigata Antargata Naipunyalu. Vyaktigata Antargata Naipunyalu. These are categorized like this. First one is existential skills. So the first and foremost, see, we travel from top to bottom. This is the gradual development. We travel from left to right also. This is the right way to improve our skills. First, we have to start with existential skills. They talk about the basic purpose in our existence. When a student learns what type of personality he has, and what are his strengths and weaknesses, and what is his purpose, what is his goal, then only he can excel in his profession. So the starting point is knowing self. Knowing self is an intrapersonal skill. Then if you know what is your self, then you will set a proper goal. Then if you set a proper goal, you will try to present yourself to the people in proper way. Then if you present yourself properly to the people, you will become proactive. Then that proactiveness will bring lot of benefits to your life, and you will have lot of transactions with people, and you will become good in your within personality. Then if you have skills about your personality, then you can move towards your attitude. So the core is your personality, then immediate stage is attitude. So what are the attitudinal skills? First one is positive thinking. Second one is problem solving attitude. Third one is creativity. Fourth one is decision making. So these come under attitudinal skills. These skills will be decided by the way you think, the way you look at the people and things in your life. And thirdly, if you build a strong attitude and you move further, you will get analytical skills. You will be in a position to analyze the things. It is a kind of advanced skill. It's a kind of brainstorming or mind mapping. You will be in a position to use your brain and knowledge in proper way. Fourthly, if you have good analytical skills, and you will strongly establish some kind of quotient skills. What do you mean by quotient skills? There are three types of quotient skills. That is, first one is intelligent quotient. The second one is emotional quotient. Third one is spiritual quotient. What do you mean by intelligent quotient? Intelligent quotient is the capacity of storing more information in the brain. Using your memory to the maximum extent is intelligent quotient. People who have a lot of intelligent quotient will be called clever people. And secondly, emotional quotient. The way you channelize emotions in different situations is called emotional quotient. And thirdly, spiritual quotient. The way you relate with other people, the way you discern values, ethics. Some people say spiritual quotient is not existing. Some people give alternative title, social quotient. Of course, anything is right. If you have spirituality, you must be in a position to deal with other people properly. So intelligent quotient deals with the mind, brain. Emotional quotient deals with the spirit, senses, and spiritual quotient deals with ethics and conscience or heart. Okay, spirit. So these are the quotient skills. And finally, in intrapersonal skills, self-management, managing skills. The first one is time management. second one is change management, and third one is stress management, and fourth one is anger management. The intrapersonal skills go on like this. Dear students, intrapersonal skills are very, very important. So knowing about yourself is very, very important. Secondly, interpersonal skills. What do you mean by inter? Inter means in connection with other. When you have skills and you improve your skills and you want to prove your skills in connection with other people, other persons, then those skills are called interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills. Bahirgata Viktigata Naipunyalu. Bahya Viktigata Naipunyalu. First one is Antargata Viktigata Naipunyalu. Second one is Bahirgata Viktigata Naipunyalu. In connection with other person, you should have some skills. The first one is communication skills. Communication, we have already discussed. Informing the right information in the right time, in the right way, with the right people is called communication skills. Communication skills are very, very important for any student. If you want to excel in your life, communication is very, very important. Somebody told like this, what do you mean by communication? Somebody sarcastically recited this poem. ఎప్పటికి ఇది ప్రస్తుతం అప్పటికి ఆ మాటలాడుచు తానవ్వక ఇతరుల మనవలు నొప్పింపక ఎస్కేప్ అయి తిరుగువాడే ఎక్స్పర్ట్ సుమతి. Of course, you must be in a position to speak effectively with other people. Secondly, leadership skills are very, very important. Very, very important. So when you deal with other people, you must have leadership skills. You must be in a position to lead. The companies expect you must not be led by others. You must be in a position to lead. You must be a trendsetter. You must design something. You must develop something on your own. Thirdly, team building. You must be in a position to deal things in connection with other people. Unless until you cope up with other people and achieve something which is common, you cannot succeed in your life. So team building, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. That is the team. And fourthly, negotiation skills. You must be in a position to speak effectively. You must negotiate. You must be diplomatic in your discussions. You must be in a position to convince other people properly. You must have some tactics in your business, in your job. Then only you will succeed in your life. Next one is presentation skills. You must be in a position to present your ideas. It may be a paper presentation. It may be a kind of a poster. It may be a PPT. It may be a project. It may be a business plan. Whatever it may be, you must present it to other people effectively. Then only people will understand. Then only people will understand you. Will understand, will respect your ideas, will follow you. And the next one is social skills or social grace. Somehow you must gain some kind of grace from people in different situations. You should have some kind of charisma. You must be something different in all walks of life. In fact, everybody is different. Everybody is unique in life. And next one is corporate etiquettes. The way you use your mobile, the way you use your fax, the way you use the internet, the way you use social media, the way you use your dress, your shake hand, eye contact, telephone, all these things matter in your day-to-day communication. So corporate, habituating to corporate culture, knowing the company psychology, company climate and culture is very much essential for a promising, a prospectus student. So if you know all these things while you are studying a degree course, really it is going to help you a lot. And management skills. So management with other people, self-management, which we discussed in intrapersonal skills, are different, and management skills are different. Management skills deal with other people, how you manage other people. So a kind of event management, a kind of expectation management, a kind of project management. So all these come under interpersonal skills. Now let us move. Dear students, if you have intrapersonal skills and interpersonal skills, that means If your personality is good and your relationship with public is good at second level, now let us move from left to right. Your verbal skills will be good. Your presentation, your projection of your personality through listening, speaking, reading, writing, and nowadays net etiquettes will be good. So LSRW skills are called verbal skills. What do you mean by verbal? Communicating with other people through some kind of signals like sound, writing is called verbal skill. In order to communicate verbally, you need to have some kind of symbols like letters, sound, some kind of symbols. If you communicate something through the letters, books, material, speaking, audio, video, visual, those skills are called verbal skills. Then if you have verbal skills, certainly you should possess non-verbal skills. What do you mean by non-verbal skills? Without speaking, we speak something. Without listening, we listen something. Without reading, we read something. Without writing, we write something about ourselves. So without using any symbols, with any uh, with any kind of listening, speaking, reading, writing, through our personality, through our body, we send some message, we receive some message. So these skills are called non-verbal skills. They're also called body language. So we use our body to communicate. So among these, there are 7 skills: body posture, the way you sit, stand, and walk; gestures, saigalu, the way you move your hands, the way you move your forehead, the way you turn your body, and all these gestures, saigalu, are very, very important. And eye contact, the way you maintain eye contact with different kinds of people, different kinds of situations, and different kinds of causes, purposes, and this is very, very important in our day-to-day communication. And fourthly, facial expressions, the way you express through your face. Face is the index of mind. So it's a screen to display what's happened in our personality. So the emotions, the happiness, sad, anger, excitement, all these emotional feelings, hundreds of emotions, can be expressed through your facial feelings. This is very, very important. You must improve how to express your facial, how to express your face feelings. Next one, appearance, the way you look to other people, the way you appear to other people. That means dress code. What type of dress you wear is matter. It matters. What's on your skin decides what's in your skin. What you believe is expressed through your selection of color, the measurements of the dress, the way you wear. All this will be decided by your internal personality. Next one is space, distance, or proxemics. The way you maintain distance with the different kinds of people in different kinds of situation also matters. And finally, touch or haptics, the way you touch people in your day-to-day communication. It may be shake hand or patting or something else. So as student, as degree student, if you really have good idea about all these things, and you will excel in your life. And finally, para language, the way you use your language, the way you speak. What you speak is important. The way you speak is also important. The tone, pace, pause, volume, quality, and the way you select different words, and the way you use code language with feelings, emotions, day-to-day life, properly balancing your emotions and language. These are all important in our day-to-day life. And if you possess all these things, my dear students, certainly you are going to become dynamic, and certainly you will be selected in any kind of interview, and you will get good jobs, and you will face any kind of tough situation in your life. After learning what are the soft skills and what skills include in soft skills, we must focus on how to gain those soft skills and other important things. So now let us see, why are soft skills important for students? Dear students, there are a number of reasons. Basically, we look at three things. If you are good at soft skills, they will direct you to be authentic. They will direct you to be authentic in your life. Soft skills will make you powerful. If you know who you are, if you have proper goal in your life, if your goal is clear, if you are clear what to do, what not to do, and you are proactive, and you are good at communication, and if you are good at relationships, and you are good at listening, speaking, reading, writing, and if you are able to present your body with good body language, you will become more powerful. You will become more powerful. And if you are good at soft skills, it will determine your ability to excel in your profession, in your life. First, it will make you powerful. Then it will give you the ability, power to excel in your life, in all walks of life. And if you are good at soft skills, and it will help you to deliver a maximum output. You will become total quantity and quality person. That's why soft skills are called the gateway to the great way, and greater way, the greatest way. I will give an example. How a person who knows about his strengths and weaknesses can become most powerful in the world history. So Socrates said, man, know yourself. If you know about yourself, you will become most powerful. The greatest discovery in the world to know about yourself. Thus, that truth he taught to his disciple Plato. And Plato taught the same principle, the same secret to win the entire world to his disciple Aristotle. And Aristotle taught the same thing to his disciples. You know, the principle, the secret, that if one knows about his personality, that is strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats, he can conquer the entire world. This secret has been realized and finally fulfilled in the life of the disciple of Aristotle, who has virtually conquered the entire world, who is none other than Alexander the Great. You know, Alexander the Great was most powerful. He was most dynamic. He knows his strengths. He knows his weaknesses. He knows his opportunities. He knows his threats. That's why he was able to conquer the entire world. See how the principle, knowing yourself, can help you to become more powerful, more authentic, and will get more strength to excel in life. And finally, you will become more. You will produce more output in your life. Best example, Alexander the Great. So soft skills are very, very important for these three reasons. Now, can you improve soft skills on your own? Yes, definitely. You can improve soft skills on your own, because soft skills are not new stuff. It is there. Those are available in our old books, in ancient history. See, for example, our Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, there are plenty of skills. They teach a lot of practical wisdom, what to do, what not to do, how to behave with people, how not to behave with people. And see Quran, lot of wisdom. And see the Bible, the book of Ecclesiastes, the book of Proverbs, good counseling to young people, to all categories of people. So soft skills are not new stuff, but nowadays these soft skills have been adopted by corporate companies, and they realized in course of time they realized that unless until one possesses soft skills, it's not possible to become more powerful and more productive. In previous days, companies used to say, it is none of our business what you behave outside of the company. But later, the companies realize that the external behavior, outside behavior, has been indirectly impacting inside production, because there are so many connections between your mentality, personality with the job performance. That's why the companies are coming forward, and industries are coming forward, the institutions are coming forward, even the government is coming forward to encourage the people to learn soft skills. But actually, they are there in our great books. So since they are there, some our old people who came to know the truth, they have good qualities. They improved their they improved their skills. They excelled in their lives. So obviously, you can improve soft skills on your own. Secondly, soft skills are teachable. You can learn these. You can learn soft skills. They are teachable. But you should have the heart of teachability, heart of learning. And soft skills are practicable. You can practice in your day-to-day life. And finally, some skills can be learned through life lessons only. You can learn all the soft skills on your own, but some skills can be learned only life lessons. How to master soft skill? Only three things. So classroom teaching, regular classwork, you learn the skills. See, college is the best platform to improve skills. That is the dynamism, that is the uniqueness of college life. How far you are using college life to improve your skills or wasting your time, that is up to you. So college will teach you a lot of things: classroom, friendship, teachers, curriculum, activities, curricular activities, extracurricular, co-curricular, other many activities will really enhance your skills. If you're really attentive and focus on those skills, certainly will improve. Next one, learning through training. And nowadays, the training institutes and some experts are coming to college campuses and they are teaching. We have so many classes online, and some packages are there. So through interactive teaching and workshops, if you attend and if you do some certificates courses like today program, this program, you can improve a lot of skills. And finally, my dear students, soft skills to become a complete man and woman, to gain the holistic development, finally is possible through life lessons only. So life teaches so many lessons. We are willing to learn lessons from the life, the happenings, so many situations. Kishore Gajendran once said, empty purse and hungry stomach teaches valuable lessons in your life. If you are really hard to learn the lessons from the empty purse, how people will love you when you have money, how things will come walk to you when you have money. When you don't have money, how the people will desert you, leave you, forsake you, and how things go away. These are all lessons, aren't they? Yes, they are lessons. And hungry stomach will teach the value of money, value of hungry, and value of people, value of hard work, value of job, value of so many things. So clever people, brilliant people, wise people learn lessons from life lessons, life incidents. Now, improve soft skills in college life. Yes, you can improve. Now, students, I am talking very, very important thing now. See, in any interview, at the time of selection, if you say that you have some skill, soft skill, they won't ask you define it, but they will say prove it. Now I am telling technique how to prove your soft skills and how to improve your soft skills and how to have your soft skills. So for example, if you are asked that prove that you are a good leader, if you mention in your resume that I have good leadership skills, now they will ask you prove it. You can't say definition for leadership, types of leaderships and all these things, but you have to prove. So in order to have and prove and improve, there is a best technique in soft skills. That technique is called STAR technique, STAR. There are 4 stars. There are 4 stars. So when you are explaining that you have good leadership skills, follow these 4 stars. Number 1, tell a situation. Tell a situation. For example, in your college, you are conducting a college day, or you are conducting a tech fest, or a seminar or conference. Okay? So that is the situation. At that situation, you are given accommodation in charge responsibility. Accommodation in charge responsibility. Now, at the situation, what is your task? So you are given 50,000 rupees and you need to, you have to provide accommodation to all the delegates and participants, around 200 people in your college campus. This is the task you are given. So you tell what is your task. Thirdly, you have to say what is your action. So at this juncture, as a leader, what did you do? Now you say, for example, you have gathered 5 more people. You formed a team and you designed, you designated or elected some duties, these 5 people. You created a WhatsApp group. You kept one person at railway station. You kept another person at bus station. You kept one person at a guest house. You kept one person at a main gate to receive. You kept one person to maintain all the documents, and you allotted one person to purchase all the things related to accommodation, like buckets, mugs, and blankets, something like that, for the 2 days accommodation. So this is the way you have done. By explaining these things indirectly, you are proving that you have good leadership skills. Finally, what happened? The seminar, the Tech Fest was successfully completed, and 250 delegates participated. And out of 50 rupees, I gave surplus amount back to the convener, coordinator of the conference. I got a good certificate and I got appreciation in front of all people on the dais for a wonderful result. So by this, sir, I can say I prove that I am a good leader. Dear students, if you say like this, that you have good leadership skills by explaining one situation, in that situation, what task you are given, and in that what task, what action you have done on your own, and out of that action, what result finally happened, then people will believe that you are a good leader. Like that, you apply this task, star principle for 4 stars anywhere. Communication skills, okay, crisis management, positive thinking, and finally, you can prove that you have good skills. Now I am going to give outline. If you want to improve, if you want to improve your skills, soft skills on your own, we have viewed wonderful material available on internet. And for example, beautiful websites are there, highly informative website. For example, www.mindtools.com. So when you go through all these materials, and beautiful books are, wonderful books are there, wonderful videos are there, TEDx.com, webinar, such kind of sources are available. So keeping all these things in mind, if you really are interested to improve your soft skills, after attending the free online soft skills class, 1 month class like this, after attending and taking notes, you will get complete idea. Based on that, you improve your skills in future. So while improving soft skills, you can have some idea about the outline of the soft skill. So if you want to have outline about any soft skill, this is the way you have to prepare material. Number 1, you first of all, you must write the meaning of particular skill. For example, I will take example, time management. So you first understand the meaning of time. Can we manage time, or time will manage? So actually there is no concept of managing time. You cannot manage time. Time is permanent. So in order to manage time, we have to actually manage ourselves. We can never manage time. According to time, we can manage ourselves. This is our actual crucial point. Number 2, what is the need of managing a time as a student? So you have to tell, you have to prepare, you have to know the things. And then you try to cross-check or assess yourself through a questionnaire, through SS form. Why am I poor in managing my time? You look into yourselves, you cross-check. So for that one, you may go through a questionnaire, a test. After 4th one, what are the advantages of managing a time? And later, you can list out what are the disadvantages of managing time. List out. So if I manage my time, my life will be like this. If I can't manage my time, my life will be like this. So you list out as advantages and disadvantages. And next one, you try to find out what are the stages in wasting money, wasting management, wasting time. So time killers, list out the time killers. And next, you try to list out the tools or techniques to avoid that time killers, to kill the time killers. There are some tools, there are some techniques according to soft skills pedagogy. So you try to gain them, you try to equip them, you try to learn them, you try to apply. And finally, 8th one, you have a plan of action, you have commitment, you take oath on your own. I will manage my time, and dedicate yourself, announce self rewards. So these are the 8 steps you can improve soft skills on your own. Prepare good material. Now, the more you involve, the more you learn. The best technique in life to improve soft skills. Be dynamic, involve, involve with the course, involve in your classroom, involve with your friends, involve with your teachers, involve in all the activities, participate in all kinds of activities. Finally, beautifully, you can improve your skills. For example, STAR technique. So if you are given a chance to do something, task, situation, unless you involve, how can you become a good leader? How can you prove your stuff as a good leader? So if you want to prove your stuff, please try to involve. This is 21st century learning principle. Try to forget. Don't forget. Try to remember. 21st century learning principle. I hear, I forget. Friends, if you hear something, only hearing, listening, you will forget. For example, if you do friendship by simply making phone call and receiving phone call, after some time you may forget. But if you see your friend and do friendship, you will remember. You will remember. And in your friendship, you do something. You go to party, you have some fun, and you have visited some places. You have chit chat personally, sitting face to face, sitting together, and it is a kind of involvement activity. Certainly, you will understand what is friendship. So that is applicable to all kinds of learning. So don't merely hear and don't merely see. Please do something. So if you want to improve soft skills, do something with them. If you are born poor, it is not your mistake. But if you die poor, it is your mistake, Bill Gates said. So you may say, sir, I come from village background. My parents are illiterates. I don't have this much of facility. I don't have internet. I don't have iPhone. I don't have Android phone. I don't have all these facilities. Yeah, if you are born poor, that is not mistake. But if you die poor, whatever facilities available to you, if you don't improve your career, if you don't improve your skills, if you neglect, if you say that because I am like this, I am unable to achieve, no, that is your mistake. According to the present situation scenario, any average Indian student, degree student, with the possible and available facilities, he or she can improve and become complete man or woman, because lot of sources available. You are blessed. The technology is available with you. The technology is available with you. So improve all these things. Your birth may be common, but death must be history. Your birth may be common, but death must be history. So we know very well what he's told. So how to improve? Finally, how to improve soft skills? So I have given a lot of things, and you come to know what are the soft skills. Dear friends, soft skills are essential. Soft skills are essential. If you neglect soft skills, if you neglect the way you have your personality, if you don't realize your mistakes, if you don't realize your weaknesses, if you don't overcome your weaknesses, if you don't know your strengths and try to use them in a proper way, certainly you are going to miss wonderful things in your life. One day, one professor was going to his village after a long time. He is a versatile genius, multifaceted personality. He thinks that he knows each and everything. He thinks that he's a smart guy. So after going some distance, he was supposed to cross a small canal, small river. In those days, there was no bridge. And he finds a boatman, and both people got onto the boat. The boat was traveling over water. And after going some distance, out of his pride of intellect, this professor, this great person, wants to mock or joke this poor illiterate boatman. So he started asking questions like this. Hey, boatman, I will ask some questions. Give me a reply. Do you know cosmology? The boatman replied, sir, I don't know. You fool, if you don't know cosmology, 20% of your life is waste. And after going some distance with the doubled pride of his intellect, he started asking, hey, boatman, do you know zoology? Sir, I have never heard this. You fool, if you don't know zoology, 40% of your life is waste. And after going some distance, again, this professor asked, do you know geology at least? It is systematic study of the inner layers of the earth, the minerals, water, and all these things. No, I don't know, sir. I know only some kinds of soils in my childhood days because I used to do cultivation in my childhood days. Fool, if you don't know zoology, 60% of your life is waste. Okay, okay, okay. You know pathology, you know virology, you know dermatology. He was asking number of questions like this. Boatman lost his heart. He was disappointed. He thinks that he is waste. And this man indirectly giving suggestion, your life is waste, you are waste fellow, you just jump into the water. So the conversation goes on like this. After some time, fortunately, unfortunately, there comes a strong wind. By the force of the air, the boat loses its balance. Both people fall in water. Now, the professor is sinking. The boatman is swimming as easy as fish. Now, the boatman is shouting, hey, bachao, bachao, save me, boatman, please help me, help me. With innocent face, the boatman is asking, sir, you know zoology, you know zoology, you know pathology, you know virology, you know dermatology, you know cosmology, you know astrology, but let me ask you one question. Do you know swimology? The professor said, I don't know. What can I say? 100% of your life is waste. Dear students, if you are a soldier must know how to use a gun. A soldier must know how to use a knife, sword. A carpenter must know the quality, the nature of the wood. A potter must know the nature of the soil. A tailor must know the quality, the nature of the cloth. In the same way, a student, if he wants to excel in his life, he must know his life purpose and the skills where he has to invest, and finally how to what to become in his life. If you build your career, my dear students, I am closing my talk. I am closing my talk on introduction to soft skills. If you build your career, if you build your career life with a lot of superstructure without foundation of good personality and soft skills, which are essential, one day your superstructure of life will be suddenly collapsed. You may be good at physics, maths, chemistry, but if you are poor in skills, life skills, soft skills, practical skills, I'm sorry, you are going to miss many things. So, I encourage you all. I am not discouraging. Try to focus on the course. Attend all the classes regularly. Take notes. If you have doubts, you can contact later. And try to decide your allot some time to improve soft skill during this lockdown or corona crisis time. Use this time proper way and improve your soft skills. Certainly, this certificate is going to help you to become good citizens, powerful and dynamic people, and it will make you powerful to face the future, to attend any kind of interview, and you will have bright future, so that you can be a blessing to your parents and society as well as college. I wish you all the best. Have nice time, and have good learning, and be benefited more and more from this course. Thank you one and all.